After the first 3 games of the season, the Lakers are 3-0 for the first time since the 2011 Kobe Bryant led squad, and this strategy is why. With Anthony Davis now being the focal point of the Lakers offense, it's brought new life to this Lakers team. Like Sabonis and Hartenstein do for their teams, Anthony Davis has been playmaking out of the post, which has been a successful adjustment so far. Here with the smaller Edwards on him, Davis is able to see the floor, hitting Hachimura for a short mid-range hit. Now out on top, AD finds LeBron and sets the screen, allowing a warm-up 3 for James. Because of his height and underrated playmaking ability, Anthony Davis can make teardrop passes. Here using a jump pass to get it over the top of Sabonis to hit Max Christie for 2. He's also been used as a connecting piece, here making a play off the LeBron pass, which gives AR an easy 2. Overall, this Lakers offense just has so much movement, as here Dalton gives to Rui off the AD screen, and once Hachimura gives it back to Davis, Connect cuts back door for a wide open slam. We saw flashes of this kind of playmaking from Anthony Davis in the preseason, and we all wondered whether or not this would carry over to the regular season. And over the first 3 games of the season, these questions have been answered, as thanks to a better offensive system, the Lakers are now 3-0 and haven't played bad competition either, unlike the Warriors, who right now look like a super team, but they've only played Portland and Utah. Opening night was against Minnesota, who just made the Western Conference Finals. Then they played a Phoenix team who's looking a lot better under Coach Bud. And finally, they beat the Sacramento Kings, a team that just added DeMar DeRozan, improving AD's record to 1-11 against Domantas Sabonis. But the added playmaking from Davis hasn't been the only reason the Lakers have been winning these games. I said this in my last video against the Lakers, and it's still relevant even 2 games later. Back in the championship year, the Lakers were the second best offensive rebounding team in the NBA, while last season they were dead last in that category. So part of what JJ has done to transform this Lakers team is re-emphasizing the need to crash the offensive glass. Here LeBron misses the 3, but because Anthony Davis battles for the offensive rebound, he gets 2. In the last couple of seasons where their offensive rebounding numbers were down, the Lakers would just focus on getting back in defense. But now they still send some back, but now it's also Anthony Davis and the corner guys that are consistently crashing the offensive glass after misses. As here, Max Christie gets the tip out from the weak side corner. Here off his own miss, Austin Reeves tidies it up, and in this first game, AR would lead the team in offensive rebounds with 4. Now every offensive rebound doesn't end up in a putback, but here Hachimura is able to keep possession after the James miss. Getting second chance points is a great way to boost your offense, even if you're struggling. But here, just look at the amount of activity on the offensive glass. Here it's the same story, as first Reeves gets the offensive rebound off his own miss, creating an open 3 for Christie. And once Max misses the 3, it's Hachimura who comes flying in. And even though he's not able to finish on the putback, that's still a lot of activity and hustle. Extending possessions and giving themselves second chance opportunities has been what's led this Lakers team to getting wins, despite shooting poorly from 3. As here it's Gabe Vincent who grabs the offensive rebound and is then fouled. Plays like this just gives your teammates so much confidence, as here even though Russell misses the layup, Davis is right there to clean it up. JJ has gotten this Lakers team to buy into hustling on both ends of the floor, and with every guy playing for each other, this Lakers team looks very good out of the gates, and later in the video, I'll tell you just how they might be able to sustain this level of play for the rest of the season. But first, let's get to the biggest adjustment this Lakers team is trying to accomplish. Last season, this Lakers team ranked 28th for 3-pointers attempt last game, and knowing what kind of player JJ was when he was in his playing days, that was bound to change, and it has. Coach JJ Redick has been extremely vocal about Anthony Davis in particular taking more 3s, but he's not the only one who he wants to take more shots, as he's placed that responsibility upon the entire team. Even though the numbers aren't up to where he wants them to be just yet, as they're currently ranking 20th in the league, it's still an improvement. By the end of the season, JJ hopes the Lakers will be attempting roughly 43 pointers a game, which was right around where the Celtics were attempting last season when they led the league. Considering the fact that this team has great shooters like Russell, Reeves, and Dalton Connect, they have a roster that's well and truly capable of making 3s at a high clip. Even LeBron has been good from 3, so far making 38% from beyond the arc this season. But it was last season where he had his most efficient season shooting the ball, making 41% from downtown on 7.5 attempts per game, which is high volume. But even when when the Lakers have a non-shooter on the floor like Jackson Hayes, JJ has a solution. By using dribble handoffs from their non-shooter, the Lakers can create copious amounts of space for their shooters. As on this play, because Bradley Beal isn't worried about Hayes' jumper, he in turn isn't up to guard Reeves once Booker gets lost on the ball screen. But it's Anthony Davis who is yet again the focal point of a major change in LA, as JJ wants Davis in particular to be taking and making more threes. Another thing the Lakers had going for them in the championship season. Back in 2020, Anthony Davis made 33% from deep, which isn't great, but it's good enough. But it's what he did in the postseason that made such a huge difference. Over the course of the playoffs, Davis made 38% from downtown on nearly 3 attempts per game, which was elite, and was also a driving factor to why the Lakers won that title. If Anthony Davis can get to even just 36% on 2.5 attempts per game this regular season, the Lakers would in theory be able to mimic a Celtics-like 5-out offense, which would instantly change not only Anthony Davis's individual player profile, but the entire team's profile, making them in turn much tougher to guard. But not only that, the Lakers have shown real trust in themselves as a unit. In the second game against the Suns, the Lakers found themselves down 22 points in the second quarter after an otherworldly shooting performance from the Suns, where they made 66% from downtown for 12 made threes in that first half. But in the second half, the Lakers led by LeBron's 17 second half points, 25 points from Austin Reeves, and AD's monster stat line of 35, 8, 4, 1 steal and 2 blocks on 61% shooting would see the Lakers rally back into the ballgame. With the Lakers down 81-74 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, the team would rally to score 9 straight points to take the lead, kicking off a 20-6 run over the next 5 minutes that extended into the fourth quarter, which would seal the deal. The win made JJ the first Lakers head coach since Phil Jackson to win their first 2 games as Lakers coach. Game 3 of the season was against the Kings team that had historically had this Lakers squad's number, and after a strong first half from Los Angeles, they would yet again trail in the third, thanks to a monster 29-point, 12-rebound, 10-assist triple-double from Sabonis, along with every Kings starter scoring in double digits. However, in the same time in the game when the Lakers made their run against the Suns, they did it again. But this time, it wasn't really they per se, as it was more just LeBron James, who first scored 8 straight points, then would dish off 2 assists to Jackson Hayes and add 6 more points to give the Lakers a 101-94 lead in the fourth. Under pressure, these Lakers have stood up so far this season, as with Sacramento still knocking on the door, the Lakers would make big plays down the stretch. As first, with time running down up by 2, Anthony Davis would stick a huge 3-pointer off a LeBron pass, putting them up by 5. But with the Kings making a bucket down the other way, they only trailed by 3 and didn't opt to foul, going all in on their defense. However, this new movement Lakers offense is deadly, and under pressure, it's the same story, as LeBron will first cut to lose Murray, and then once he gets the ball, he finds Rui with a beautiful backdoor pass for the game. The Lakers are now 3-0, but is this sustainable for the remaining 79 games, and will they be a legitimate threat in the Western Conference? It's obviously too early to say whether or not they're title contenders just yet, as we simply just need a bigger sample size. However, I can give you the idea of whether or not they might sustain this level of play, with JJ wanting the Lakers to shoot more threes, and so far the team not hitting a high percentage of them. This is their wild card to potentially be a high seed. You see, if the Lakers unit can even just get slightly better from 3, which I believe is only a matter of time, they can absolutely maintain this level of play and potentially get even better. Injuries to Davis or James would have the potential to derail the season. However, that same sentiment could be said about any other contending team in the NBA, leaving me wondering whether or not this Lakers team actually has a chance to make a deep postseason run. Let me know what you think about this Lakers team after their 3-0 start in the comments section below.